First of all, we need to decide, as I mentioned, the application, but should we use industrial grade controller and which one? From our experience, we design the touch screens only with industrial controllers. So they're like new standard versions or customized consumer grade controller, because there will be many challenges that you will face. But that's not all. Except the touchscreen controller itself, the IC, we are designing our touchscreens with the proper grounding and the FPC that can withstand high immunity tests. And let's jump into the example. We have many customers in the medical field where the requirement is 15 kilovolt of air discharge, electrostatic discharge, and 8 kilovolt of the conducted discharge, which is pretty high actually. And still, there are criteria that are telling if the device should work all the time or maybe during the discharge and should go back to work by itself, or maybe need a manual reset. Yes, so depend on the exact criteria and requirements, we can fine-tune the touchscreen, but typically we are very well prepared for that. So our touchscreens and displays, entire displays, are designed having this in mind from the beginning. So we knew that there will be many customers wanting to pass the medical certification, and that's why we designed this in a special way, as I mentioned, with the proper grounding and controller and FPC and sensor design to withstand this kind of electrostatic discharges. So selecting our standard product, and then maybe with the small customization, you are pretty sure you'll be able to pass even medical testing. There are many more applications that the industrial touchscreen is required, because if we will go to the typical manufacturing side, we will have very high environmental electromagnetic noises, and the consumer grade touchscreen may not work or may have like a false touch, phantom touches. So that's a huge problem when we have a machine that may harm someone or do something wrong when there are ghost touches. So that's very important to have this under control. And because we use only industrial grade displays, you are able to build and rebuild your display into pretty much any application, either outdoor or indoor. As I mentioned, indoor maybe there will be high environmental electromagnetic noises, but outdoor you will require typically thick glass. But not only of that, you will require also working it under the water, so raindrops or like strong rain even, and with gloves, yes, which is typical in the winter, that there are people wearing gloves, so you may require that your device still is working under such harsh conditions. And jumping into examples, we have customers that are approaching us. They need help, and they, for example, bought some display from other manufacturers that didn't care that much to go into the industrial field and to prepare the displays well. And the displays, for example, work in a laboratory environment. So the engineer is buying the display, is making a prototype, everything works perfect until they want to go into the certification, and then it turns out they cannot pass the certification because the controller and the sensor design, they are not selected rightfully, or they want to go outdoor with the device and they say, okay, we need a thicker glass because we need a vandal proof right now, and the glass should be like 4mm or thicker, but the controller, which is in most cases that you just buy a display for most of the manufacturers, that will be consumer grade controller, which is of course cheaper but will not allow you to make the glass thicker. And this arises a problem many customers faced, that you need to redesign pretty much everything. So let's say you have a prototype, the device is working, you want to go into the mass production, but you need to make the glass thicker, and you can't do it. You need to change the controller. But once you change the controller, you need to redesign. You need to change typically the firmware, the protocol of the touchscreen. So there are many changes, and actually the cost is very high, like starting the project from scratch. Please be very careful what you are selecting, and please check if you are selecting the manufacturer that use a industrial grade controller like we do in Riverdi. If you would like to test the touchscreens in general, please go to our website. You will find plenty of standard products there that you can buy and off the shelf and test immediately. So you'll be able to check our displays and touchscreen performance. But if you are not sure which technology you should use or what kind of a touchscreen design for your product, please do not hesitate to contact us. You will find on our website the contact form, and our experts will be very happy to discuss with you and assist you with selecting the right technology. But most importantly, if you are using capacitive touchscreens or touchscreens in general and you are having issues right now, please contact us. Even if you buy this displays and touchscreen from the other manufacturer, please contact our experts. We'll be very happy to discuss with you and help you to solve the problems that you are facing, or maybe redesign the display for you that will work in your application. Thank you very much.